can never wrap my head around the fact that y'all was out here getting allowance. I remember the first time I heard about allowance. When I was 10 years old, one of my friends invited me to the movies for his birthday. He was like, my mom's taking us, but everybody has to buy their own tickets. I'm 10 years old. I don't got no damn money. He was like, dude, just use your allowance. I'm like, allowance? What is this witchcraft you speak of? He was like, bro, you've never heard of allowance? I'm like, nah, bro, not familiar. At my house, we only have obedience. I wouldn't know. He was like, bro, your parents have to give you allowance. It's literally like in the Constitution or something. It's basically like where you do your parents' work for them, like make your own bed, and they pay you for it. It's literally your God-given right. I'm like, well, I've never thought about it that way. Maybe I'll ask. So I get home and I'm like, Dad, it has come to my attention that you have been withholding from me my God-given right. I'm going to need an allowance. So if we're doing the math, 10 years, let's say I get paid $5 for every chore. Let's just say you owe me $20,000. My dad was like, you know what? You're right. But for now, just take 10 of your dollars, go to the movies, have fun, and when you come back, we'll talk about it. After the movies, I go home to talk to my dad. I go inside and my room was completely empty. Bed gone, clothes gone. I'm like, I've been robbed. I run downstairs to my dad's room to tell him about this tragedy. And my bed and all my clothes were sitting in his room. I'm like, what is the meaning of this? My dad said, I was going through the numbers and you're right. I do owe you about $20,000 in allowance. But unfortunately, you owe me about $80,000 in food and rent for the last 10 years. So I just thought I'd repossess a few of your items while you get out of this debt. I'm like, but Dad, this isn't how it works. Allowance is my God-given right. It's in the Constitution. He said, Elijah, I allow you to live. And that is the only allowance you will ever get from me.